Like his Western forefathers, Plato and Pythagoras, he applied for initiation into the mysteries of the Egyptian branch of Great White Brotherhood in Egypt. When it's talking about the White Brotherhood, it's talking about the White Art. You see how you have dark art, which some people call black magic, and it deals with all the grotesque parts and the evil angels and tapping into that type of power. The have their wishes granted through a genie, and genie means genetics because you tap into them through the eternal angels in yourself. So based upon your intent and your ideology is what how you tap into these things. Like I said before, when the two become one, this is how you will be able to perform the things in which Christ had performed. And it's based off your ideology and intent, your mentalism, man, using your mentalism, and manifesting it, materializing it on the physical plane. But when you have righteous intent, this will be the White Brotherhood. These are all people that are in tune with nature, and they deal with healing. They deal with angels of light. The hierophants of the Brotherhood initiate the Nazarene into the deepest secrets of man, nature, and God. After completing various exams with honor, this culminates in him receiving the title Christ. See, because he finally reached the Christos. That is the highest state of consciousness once you reach your crown chakra. Upon graduation, before departing for Nazareth, the crowned Jesus is blessed by 7 sages of the particular world period and convened to debate the spiritual requirements of man living in the new dispensation of the Piscean age, the age of Pisces, which now we are in the age of Aquarius. The 7 sages who formed a council of 7 represented the esoteric rays that emanated from the great central sun. The sun is the central star. Talked about that yesterday, about the sun producing the plasma and how there's plasma in the DNA, and the plasma that's in our DNA is the ether, and that's where the divine spark comes from. They are related to the 7 choans of the rays, as they are known in the New Age spirituality. It is believed by the mystics that the mission of Jesus consisted of 7 goals: to instruct the masses concerning the immortality of the soul and salvation from physical bondage by personal effort. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. That's why I say all these things in the Bible. Now, it makes sense why they were all misinterpreted. That's why Christians mean to be Christ-like, and Christ was telling the disciples, meaning the discipline, that you will be able to perform the things in which I have and even work greater wonders. And they tell you about those that will become the elect and how knowledge will be hidden, like it talks about in the book of Daniel, just for their time period. To embody and replace the imagery of wrath surrounding God with that of love. To demonstrate the birth and perfection of the Christ within, followed by the spiritualization of the physical form. To anchor a certain spiritual force into the physical plane and planet. To live out a parable of the soul. To fulfill the various prophecies concerning the Messiah in the Holy Scriptures, to demonstrate the divine potentiality, that occult talents and powers of man. Basically telling you the power within yourself once you reach the Christos. The temple of God is within you. God is eternal, the inner essence, where you get the word scenes from. We know from exoteric, meaning external, outward, physical, and esoteric sources, esoteric, inner essence, inward parts, eternal sources, that the Nazarene master successfully completed his spiritual purpose. Unfortunately, The church has misunderstood and misinterpreted the Avatar's teachings over the years. The text, the Gospels, were changed for political and personal reasons by the Council of Nicaea in Trent. Wine that has been poisoned is undrinkable. Facts. Whether in fresh and old skins, A lot of the stuff that they teaching now with these concepts, religious ideologies, and, these just basic precepts they elaborate on with their own perspective instead of allowing the scriptures. That's why you have to have both sides. Everything is in duality. There's an esoteric and an exoteric, They deal with simplicity. That's why these things weren't able to be comprehended by men. That's why a lot of people didn't understand Jesus in his time when he was speaking in parables, metaphors, and allegories. The nature of gifts is intriguing enough to warrant comment. All blessings come from a spiritual source. God bestows blessings through man. Man can only be a conduit through which God's blessings and grace flow. Love is the factor that leads man's heart to grant a blessing, and love, as all mystics know, is an aspect of God's triune essence. Blessings cannot be withdrawn, as shown in the story of Isaac and his son Esau and Jacob, because heavenly intellect does not make mistakes. Love operates impersonally in accordance with the laws of karma. I told you, the laws of nature are the laws of cause and effect, which is the Torah, the laws, the do's and the don'ts, which render us judgments and salvation. Love operates impersonally in accordance with the laws of karma, the laws of grace, the laws of giving and forgiving. It is more enjoyable to bless than to curse. The former is an egotistic expression, whereas the latter is a heavenly flow. Power flows via the hands, whether the operator is aware of it or not. Hence, because we are connected to the ley lines through the ether that is within us, Once you become in tune with nature, you'll be able to do these things. Hence, the hands and their many mantras. I told you, these mantras, they're talking about the hands, the movements, like the yoga, because it basically allows the frequencies, like the invisible Wi-Fi, the router box, the source you don't see, for these things to move through you. Or mystic movements are frequently employed to bestow blessings on others. The seven masters blessed the Nazarene by placing their hands, the tools of their will, on Jesus' crown chakra. That's why when you see the crown chakra, you see a halo, which is depicted as angels. I told you, the ascension, the rapture is you rising from your lower self of ignorance to your higher self of spirituality and awareness. That's what the crown chakra means. Consciousness and spirituality. And on the dual side of that, it is humility and pride. Invocation to God or the heavenly hierarchy in common in many esoteric Christian rites, particularly when imparting a divine influence to another.